Well, your club continues to find a way to get it done, David.
Well, I loved our third period. I actually liked the beginning of the second period. I thought we came out with a little more energy, and we're doing a good job in the second. Then I thought we really started getting frustrated, and the last 10 minutes of the second looked like the first, and then I just loved the way we responded to the third period. That first goal was huge. Getting that goal before the end of the first, hell of a play by Fox, and Di Giuseppe, who had a really good night, goes to the net, and we get a goal. So I think that goal really kind of ignited us for the third period, and I give a lot of guys who are having tough nights a lot of credit because they turned it on in the third.
And again, going into the third, David Oliver told us that not to cheat, to try and score, and it looked like it was a more disciplined game.
Much more disciplined. We again, I thought we were getting frustrated because we weren't, getting any chances and weren't really doing much offensively. But there's a reason for that. When you cheat, and you play against a team that can play honest hockey, you're not going to get chances. And I thought we really, approached the third period a little bit differently, and just a lot of good hockey in the third period.
And David also mentioned winning for the goalie. The goalie was pretty.
Well, he was immense. I mean, he made some big saves in the first period when we were really sluggish, and made some big saves in the second as well. So Georgie was big tonight.
And it looked like he moved some bodies around in the third. That was just to find something, a little energy or something.
Yeah, I just didn't like the way things were going. I actually did it in the second, towards the end of the second period. Started, changing lines around, and put Panarin with Mika and Fast, and just trying different things because we just didn't have much going on.
Fox gets a couple enormous points, obviously. His whole game, I mean, what he was creating when you guys were struggling, what'd you make of it?
I mean, he just continues to play at an elite level, and people talk about all these Rookie of the Year candidates, and I don't hear his name enough because I don't care what the stats are. You'd be hard pressed to find a rookie as good as this guy in the National Hockey League. And you talk to players throughout the league, they notice this guy, and not just because of what he does offensively. You just watch the little things he does defensively, and he's had one hell of a year, and he made some big plays for us tonight.
David, Ryan said you got on them a little bit. What was the message, I guess, one in the intermissions?
Well, listen, our third and fourth lines were really good for the first two periods, and our top two lines stunk. And we're not going anywhere when our top two lines play the way they did in the first two periods. And that was basically what I said. I said, if you two lines start playing these other two lines, we're going to have a chance to win. And, I give them a lot of credit. They upped their game, and, I really liked that third period from all four lines to our defense core, and our goalie had to make a few saves in the third as well.
The schedule's been unrelenting. I mean, and those top two lines play a lot of minutes. Do you think there's anything to the emotional week of the trade deadline and playing so many games, the playoff push? Is there anything to them just being worn down a little bit?
No.
When you put Panarin and Mika together, do you think that kind of wakes everyone up a little bit?
Yeah, it does. I want to wake everybody up. I want to wake those two up, and I want to wake everybody else up. And I think when you make those types of changes, people kind of notice, and maybe you get a little bit of an uh-oh reaction throughout the lineup.
Do you ever stop and think how rare 9 straight road wins is, and what you do here? You don't want to stop and think.
It was mentioned again when I was drinking my beer about 15 minutes ago, so we did enjoy it for 15 minutes.